Okay guys, so I'm waiting for Carla to finish doing what she's doing because she's not paying attention to me right now. But you know what, it's alright because I got myself. I got my own self.
Oh, so you don't got me?
Not when you're busy, I don't. Anyway, today, and I know it's been a while since we had a video. I don't have an explanation for it, but we're back right now, so that's all that really matters. Anyway, we're at Costco and we wanted to do a mukbang because we've never done one. So I never really watched a mukbang to see like exactly what you're really supposed to do. We're gonna wing it. And Costco has some really good food. I know if y'all been to Costco, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's good. It's very, very good. So we're gonna try to order like one of everything on the menu or something like that. Like one hot dog, one pizza, one turkey sandwich, one chili, one
I wonder what they're gonna
acai bowl, however you say it. I'm gonna order one of those. I'm gonna order all of it. We're gonna get this real quick, go back to the house. We're gonna tell y'all about either a story or something. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but we're gonna have a good conversation. And hopefully y'all enjoyed the video today. Isn't that right? You gonna say something?
Look at my baby hairs.
This is the whole menu. And we're gonna order everything on here. So look. Boom. 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 Boom.
Sliced pizza.
You want a slice or you want the whole thing?
I don't know. Acai
bowl. Boom. Churro. And a couple slices of pizza.
Yeah. Cheese for me.
Boom. Boom.
Yep.
Alright, so that's almost everything.
Order pizza.
I mean, you want to get a whole pizza?
Yep.
Okay. Well, here we go. Okay guys, so we are back at the house and we have all of our food from Costco. When we ordered it was like a lot more food than what it is right now, but I think it's still a lot of food. We got a couple of churros, we got an acai bowl, chicken bake, turkey sandwich, 2 slices of pizza, 1 cheese, 1 pepperoni, chili, brisket sandwich, and then a Polish dog. So. Oh, and a drink.
Polish dog?
Yeah, it's Polish dog.
Why is it a Polish dog?
I don't make the names, but there's different types of dogs. So.
Okay.
So today, while we eat our food, we're gonna talk about how it is to live with your boyfriend or girlfriend. I looked through the comments and seeing kind of what you guys wanted to see from us, and one of the things that we get is like, how is it really like to live with your boyfriend or girlfriend? Like, what's the experience like? Like, what are the ups and downs and stuff like that? So we're gonna eat our food because we have ate all day and it's like 4 o'clock. By the way, this chili is actually really good. A lot of people have like a judgment on when or like the timing like of when you should move in with your significant other. I think even when we moved in with each other when we did, I think people were like, oh, that's really soon, or that's like, I think a lot of people put a timetable on when you should move in with somebody, and I think that's kind of wrong. Like adults say like don't move in unless you're married, or like you're not supposed to be really moved in unless you're married. So there's a whole bunch of things like that you just shouldn't even care about. Like it should honestly be based off of like you and your partner, in my opinion. For me and her, we moved in like after a year. It kind of just made more sense because I was tired of flying back and forth from Oregon. I'm sure she was too, because every time I would leave, it was almost like it was like a sad moment.
I was sad all the time when he was gone, and then he would just come like constantly. So it was just like, and he would stay for months at a time sometimes. And so I was just like, why don't we just live together? I feel like we already kind of knew how it was to live with each other because he was there at my house all the time. And like he would cook, we would go grocery shopping, we'd like do a lot of things that obviously you do when you're living together. Ever since our relationship even started, I felt like we were always kind of living together already. But yeah. Okay,
you decide you want to move in with somebody. And like at that stage, before you decide that, you need to kind of understand kind of what that person really is about. You have to understand like how they act. You have to understand like what their cleaning habits are like. You know, if they leaving shit stains on their drawers and shit like that. You gotta just understand like how they might be before you do it. And you really don't know until you get into it, but like you have an idea. Before I moved in with her, like I already knew she was really clean, and there's nothing like alarming for me that I was like, nah, I can't live with her, like nah. I think also it's like a thing where like, you gotta ask yourself, like, are you the type that is able to live with somebody? Like, can you deal with someone every day 24/7? you should definitely put some type of sauce on it.
Yeah.
You just eat a raw ass hot dog. You gotta determine for yourself, like, okay, am I able to coexist with someone in a space 24/7, 365? And I think that's something that you just gotta know the answer to. Don't do it just because you're super in love and you're like, oh, I want to move in with my boyfriend or girlfriend. Yeah, you want to, but at the same time, you gotta understand yourself. You gotta know yourself before you just put that on somebody else too. So there's certain things that you gotta understand before you move in, and just make sure those are solid before you make that decision, because that's really important. So like basically, after that, we moved in. I think for the first couple months, it's like fresh and new. So like it's like an exciting thing, because obviously she loves to decorate. So she can talk about her like. Every day she's like, I want to get this, I want to get that. Like, and for me, I'm just like, you gotta like slowly get everything. You can't get it all in one day.
I want to do it all done when we first moved in. He was like, you know, slow down, like on your expenses and stuff like that. So, in that way, he does help me a lot. Like, I feel like we help each other in different areas. Like, I like to spend money. I don't know if that's a girl thing.
She just needs to like, I make more logical decisions as far as like expenses and things that have to make sense. Like there has to be somebody that makes stuff make sense. Like you buying 80 pumpkin pillows doesn't really make sense, but I know for you, like you want to be with the theme or whatever. So like that's the type of thing that like you also gotta understand, like, okay, you guys have to be a team, and whatever agreement you have with your partner, like whether it's 50-50 or however you guys are doing it, make sure it's very clear from the beginning, because that way there's no like hard feelings or weird feelings when something isn't going your way.
Well, we've always been really good with our like expenses and stuff like that. I think you really need to talk about that at the before you even move in. Like, who's gonna take care of this? How are we gonna manage like who's like doing what? Who's pitching in what areas? And I think that is also like a big thing in a relationship, because a lot of that can affect. Well, it's never affected us, but I know for some couples, like, that's a big part of like something that should be spoken about.
You just gotta be clear. You gotta be clear cut. Like, hey, yo, what's up? What we doing? Like before, even before I was really dating her, like I made it clear, like, yeah, I'll fly out here. Yeah, I will pay for certain things, but at the same time, like, I'm not the one to just be paying for everything just because I'm the guy. A lot of people are like, might give me flack or whatever, but I think like just every couple's different. Like. Some dudes, they like doing that. They'll pay for everything. They'll pay for the apartment, the car. They'll buy you whatever you want. That's cool. But at the same time, like, I think in every situation, especially ones like that where somebody's doing a lot more than the other person, if they're not making up for it in a certain type of way, that person has a lot more power over. Like, when it comes to arguments, like, you really can't say shit, because I'm taking care of your whole life. Like, what do you, like, just leave. You know what I'm saying? It's just not cool. I want everything for us to be, like, equal. Like, if I buy something, she'll buy the same thing. Or if I don't got it, I know she'll have it. But if she don't got it, I know I will get it for her type thing. Like, it's not a imbalance anywhere.
And we've always said, like, from the very beginning, like, we're always like 50-50 on everything. I think a lot of people know this if you know me in real life. Like, I'm very, very independent, and like I don't like to depend on anyone. And I think it's different for different couples also. But he knows that I'm just I like to do like my own stuff, or I just like to make sure that I have my own space all the time, basically. Before
you even move in, like, each person should be having something that, like a goal or like a dream that they're pursuing on their own. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm doing this to help you. Like, it should be like, we should both have things that we want to do, and we both should be supporting them equally. So like, she should be handling her shit, and I have every right to be handling my shit. If somebody's not like, it's different. It's a different thing. But like, if you are going through a rough patch and you need help, okay, that's different. But like, there shouldn't be any imbalance for like, she's doing everything, I'm just doing nothing, or I'm doing everything, she's doing nothing, because it's just not cool. I think the way we have it, it's like no one ever feels like we don't put in enough, or like when it comes to an argument, everything that I say can be backed up by what she says, because she does just as much as me, and it's a really good balance.
And I think that's always like a thing, like a lot of guys have a lot of empowerment and like in a relationship for the most part, and I think that's not fair. Basically, like, he knew whatever he could bring to the table, I can bring as well, or even more. Or
you shouldn't not be with someone just because you're not on their level as well. I think, just say for instance, like, she makes $1 million a year, or she's doing XYZ and I'm down here, like, I'm really trying to grind and get it. I think also that's cool too. I think as long as you, like, there should be no reason why you're not grinding towards whatever you're trying to get to. people say like, oh, it's not about money, it's not about this, it's not about that. But when it comes to relationships and what people argue about and what someone not doing something is a huge part. Like it'll play a huge role in your shit.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting on the couch playing games all day, but I'm not making money and putting food like on the table in quotes, like, and I'm not taking care of what I need to take care of, then it's gonna put stress on our relationship, period.
Yeah, it's gonna put stress on the other couple because they're like, oh shoot, then I need to take care of all this stuff, and like sometimes you even feel, I don't think it's for me, but I know some people have to feel weird of like talking to their partner like, hey, like why get up, like do your shit, or you know. And also depends on the person that you're dating, because if there's people that don't have zero ambition or anything, so I think like that also plays a big role as well. But we don't have that problem.
Damn, this is good with chili. Like the chicken bake with this chili, I think anything with this chili's pretty good.
I love chili.
Have that conversation with your partner before you think about doing it. Like it's not about money. If you ain't got money,
just grind it out.
And then you can still move in, like, but just have
it with other things like clean the house. If your boyfriend or girlfriend is out working, paying the bills and shit, like make sure the house is clean. Make sure.
Can I get some chili or what? See, she ain't being 50-50 right now.
Make sure the house is clean. Everything's taken care of at home. And I think the other partner will even appreciate it more because it's like, okay, I see you grinding it out for yourself, and try to make it.
First couple of months, it's all fresh and dandy. Like, oh, we moved in together. You tell everybody like, oh yeah, I moved in with him. Da, 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 da. It's cool. It's fresh. It's new. So like, it's not, nothing really irritates you yet.
Yeah.
If I leave my drawers out one time in the beginning that I moved here, she might just let it slide. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pick it up for you. I'm gonna pick up his drawers because I love it. Yeah. It's all cool in the beginning and like that's cool, but like the real deal is when you've been living together for a long time. Like, and we don't go like to a traditional office job or like a 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with that, but we stay at home and work. So it's like we see each other 24/7. Not 24/7, but we wake up, we are with each other the majority of the time, which we both are used to now. But when it's like that, you start noticing things about your partner that you might not have cared about before because you only seen them like twice a week. So like, it's just things like that you have to say, okay, like, what can I compromise with? What can we work on? And just be mature about the situation. Like, if I don't like something that she does, whether it's good or bad or comes off rude or not, like I try to at least explain to her how I feel about it. That way she knows and like doesn't have to read my mind about things. But her, it's more like, I gotta read her mind. So.
I think every girl is like that though. It's not just me.
With me, it's all about communication. With living with someone, all you gotta do is communicate how you feel and like where you want things to be. And I also want her to check me if I'm wrong, or I want people to just keep it like real with me the whole time. If I'm not doing something right, don't be like, oh no, it's fine. Like, I want to hear how you really feel. That way I can work on whatever it is I need to work on. And that's important as well. If you're with somebody and you're moving with them and they don't have that type of mentality, it's gonna not work out. Because there's gonna be things that bother you, like a lot of them. You have to learn like, okay, if you really do love somebody and you say you do.
Stand it? That's the real
yeah, it's like a constant like choice. Like even on the days where it's bad, 'cause there's gonna be like at 365, there's gonna be at least like 60 days where it's like, this shit's just like, one of us is like on edge about something, or we have something going on in our life. Our parents are stressing us or whatever it may be, and like those are the days where like it gets hard and you talk about it.
There's gonna be a lot of like bad days, and I think I read it somewhere where there's more bad days in a relationship than there is good, but it's all about like you still love that person and you care so much for that person that you're willing to stick it through, and like, you love him or her. He does have to read my mind sometimes because I like get mad and I just won't talk. Like he'll be like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. Nope, nothing.
Does that make sense to y'all? It doesn't. Why have we not touched this barbecue? It don't look good at all. Can y'all see that? This look like, no shade to Costco, but this look like a school sandwich. You know what I'm saying? If I was dying hungry, like I'm never gonna
like
waste
a
food,
sloppy Joe.
That don't look too great. Out of everything here, that looks like the least great.
Yeah, he likes to just nip it in the butt and it's just like, all right, let's talk about it. Like, this is what's bothering me. Like, this is what I don't like, and I'm just more like, oh, whatever. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to let it go. I think it's like a work in progress. Like, we've been living together for 2 years, and I think we know each other pretty well. Whether he's having a bad day, I'm having a bad day, you just have to just,
we're all human, we have feelings, we have days that we just don't feel like it, or we just are not in the mood. And on those days, like those are the days that'll test you and see like if this is really who you want to be with. And I think those are important, because if it's all dandy and fine, not that it should be bad, but I think you'll get kind of lost in this dream of like, or you'll get blinded by the love aspect and you think that that's all it is. Like that's not all it is. We argue, we get irritated. All right, I know how she is, I know her patterns, like let me learn how to help it. Like the whole goal like is it should be like make whatever problem you have better, and if not, then it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think like if the one person's more like, obviously if I know he's having a bad day and I'm not somehow helping it, it like just makes everything just way worse, and it just won't work. But if one of us is like, all right, like what can I do? Like what do you want to talk about it? What's wrong? I always ask him, like, you know, when I see something that maybe he's having a bad day, like I usually go and ask him like, hey, do you want to talk about it? Like what's wrong? Stuff like that.
Ooh.
Make sure that, and then he does the same for me. Like he knows when I'm upset or something's on my mind. He like gets it right away. And same thing goes for me. Like I know when something is wrong. So basically, just communicate with your partner if you want to live with them and try and be happy.
First step, have an agreement with your partner about what or how you're gonna be running your relationship, as far as, especially when you're moving together. So that's the first step. Second step is get past kind of that honeymoon stage of like moving in. You kind of gotta take a chance as well and kind of just see how it is. You can't be scared. So like, don't be scared like, ooh, I don't know if I could deal with him not being cool one day, or like, you kind of gotta just put yourself out there a little bit and just try to see what it's like. If you're never gonna know. Communicate. And then I think the last thing, like living with somebody, is just like each person in the household kind of has to know their roles and what they're good at and what they're not. And I think that helps as well. Like I talked about in the past videos, like if I'm a good cook and I like to cook, that's my kind of area, that's my zone. She knows that that's my zone. Like if I'm in there, she probably wouldn't go over there just because she knows I'm just like in the zone trying to cook everything and like whip it up, because I like to cook. When it's her, she's like, let's get the house in a really clean like environment, like decorate and do all that type of stuff. So I just let her do her thing. And so these are things that like, if you do have a dad and mom around and you kind of can see like, okay, my dad, like when my mom's doing this, dad just lays on the couch and just lets her do her thing. It's more like, it's kind of like that as well. It's almost like we're not married, but you kind of are in a sense, or like you made a commitment of some sort. So you had to figure out, okay, what's my role? What helps the situation? What doesn't? What helps keep the balance? What doesn't? And once you kind of figure those things out, which you kind of do all in the first year, the second year is like really just piece of cake. You just kind of just trying to continue and be stronger and do better and do more. Especially when she's gone, like I think when I'm gone too, yes, we get irritated, yes, it bothers us, but I think once you do move in with somebody, I think the connection you have is a lot stronger, just because she'll probably realize the things about me that she really, really appreciates, and I'll realize the things that I shouldn't have argued about and stuff like that too. So when you do live together, it's good to get time apart. It's gonna be sad, but like it's healthy. You shouldn't be together 24/7 anyway. That's another thing too, like don't get so caught up in like it's cuddle season and like, oh, I want to just be up in the bed all day. I don't want to go nowhere with nobody else. Like I need to just be with my girlfriend or my boyfriend. Yeah, that's cool, but you should also do things, have goals, go to work, do your thing, go to school, hang out with your friends and come back. If it's healthy, it should be like that. There shouldn't be any type of like jealousy or like, oh, I don't want you going there. If you go there, you can't come back to my house. Like, yeah, it's not like that with us. Like it just shouldn't be like that. So, well, obviously we both travel for work. I really wasn't able to talk to him all day, like the whole trip basically, because when I was going to sleep, he was waking up and vice versa. So I was just like really missing him, and it was like, damn, I can't wait to get home. Like I was like so happy to get home, and I think that's a healthy, like you said, it's like a healthy balance to just... Don't be going too long though. Don't be going too long. Not too long, but also he left for work this month. It was nice to have that break, but also it's like, it was nice to come home and do what you usually do, and like he likes to cook, I like to clean. I think we both have our own roles in our house. I think we have a good balance, and you have to find that person that you really think that you really feel deep inside you're like, okay, I can coexist with this person. Like I know it's gonna work out because he's like this, she's like that. I'm sure he got more convinced of living with me, of like by seeing me just being really clean and like organized, and I can see myself living with this person because, for example, he likes to cook, he's not a dirty guy. Like he's not messy. He's very clean. He keeps himself very clean. And I think, yeah,
like, okay. And we love dogs. If he didn't like my dog, I would have not moved in with him. Frontier is our
what the?
But we have like our own little family also, like, and I think it's nice to feel like you can come home to someone. It's always so nice to just have like that home. And I think as a girl, you always want family oriented, like you want a place of your own and make it your own. As a girl, like me, I always had roommates, or I had like, obviously I lived with my mom, and never could I like decorate and like do what I like, put the couch over here, and this day I want to put that over there. And like he's very understanding of that, and like he knows that I like to just like make it a home and make it very homey for us to just like live in and stuff like that. The barbecue. I'm not taking a bite of that. She looks nasty. I really like the chili, so if you ever go to Costco, make sure you get some chili, because that right here is fire. For this, it was like $30, and this could feed like at least a family of 4 or 5, honestly.
That's kind of the gist of what it's like to live with somebody. I think honestly every situation is different, so what we say like is our experience. It's not like set in stone what you might experience, but I think the only way you're really gonna know is if you try. I don't know, don't be thinking about it when you're like 14 or some shit. You're not gonna try it for quite a while, but you know, if you're at that point where you're kind of on the verge of like, ooh, I think I'm trying to make that step with my person I'm with, like, you know, it's kind of an idea of what it might be like. We're super tight, like this is like my bro, my girl, my wife, you know.
Look, I'm trying to. I even have your sweatshirt on and everything. Okay, so make sure to like and subscribe to this video, and make sure to leave a comment. Let us know if you guys like these mukbangs, because, or mukbang, or I don't know how you say it. But if you did like it, make sure to let us know in the comments. Oh, someone said on our comments that I don't ever show you love in our videos.
They're just, people be used to seeing like, couples that are really, every couple is different. Like, some like to be kissy, touchy, feely. On a camera, I just don't feel natural like that. It's not a natural thing for me to just be like all up on her, because I just feel like I got my family watching me. Exactly. Not that like kiss is bad or anything, but like I'm not gonna be all up on her on a camera. Now, when it comes to that, like in our private life, that's our private life. Some couples are like, I want everybody to know that my girl got a fat ass, so I'm gonna squeeze her ass every time I see her, just so I'm gonna let niggas know like that. Like I'm just not that type. Like I know what I have at home. Like I don't need to show it to y'all. Like I see somebody say today, like, well, yeah, he looks like he gets no play from her. Like that's something you say.
That's what I heard.
That's something you say when you're like literally 12 and you're in middle school and you're like, oh, well, you don't get no play. You ain't ever kiss nobody. Like that's what you say when you're literally a real little kid.
First of all, why would I be doing all that extra stuff when I know there's little kids watching us and my mom watches us? For us, it's not really a natural thing. Like if we're gonna do that, that's just kind of our private life and how we are with each other, and we're just not like that.
We ain't gotta explain that to that, because it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That was off topic, but I just wanted to address that because I did see that on a comment. I was just like, first of all, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked, enjoyed this video. So yeah, that was my thing. See you guys next time. Ken has a food baby, right?